Okay, so one funny thing that I learned growing up is that girls toot and boys fart. Okay, now another thing I learned growing up is that that's a pure lie. Girls fart the same way guys do, except they try to do it more silent because I guess they're more ladylike. I have no idea. But when it comes to the bathroom slash restroom slash washroom, whatever you call it, let's just say what goes on down there should be nobody's business. But before I do get into this crazy story, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And on top of that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, I highly advise it. I might one day even tell your guys' stories on the channel. So please join the Discord server. Link is down below. But other than that, let's get straight into this crazy, insane, awesome story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So today's story I'm going to be telling you guys is something that is really kind of gross. So this is a fair warning to all the people out there. You know, I'm not going to get into too much detail, but it is disgusting. So for all those people with like a really weak stomach, I highly advise don't watch this video if you're eating. So finish your food. I'll wait. Actually, I'm not, because I just realized this is a video. And basically, when you guys are ready, resume with the video. Anyways, going on, I remember back when I was in middle school, this was my grade 8 year, and this was like the year right before I get to high school. And I remember there was one girl in our school who was, well, how do I put this? She was really a big one, as you may say. I don't know. I don't really like fat shaming on the channel, but in reality, when a person's fat, like, I think we all know they're fat. Like, I hate to break it to you. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm there for body positivity and stuff, but you know, from first glance, if you see someone that's fat, they're fat. Like, I hate to break it to you. I'm not one to change society. I'm not one to change the world here, but we all know that feeling. And basically in our school, I remember there was this kind of big chick in our school, and she was like kind of like, you know, she was interesting. And then I remember in my grade 8 year, me and her, we would like talk as friends and stuff, and she was like kind of like, she was just cool and stuff. I remember like she was actually a pretty smart girl. And out of nowhere, I remember me and her, we ended up getting a science project together. We were in science class together, and she would always help me with science because, well, she was a smart one. And me in science, well, I wasn't that great. So I remember we had a science lab to do together, and basically she decided to be my partner, and basically our assignment was to make a volcano. I think we all know this typical project that most teachers let us do. Like basically you get like some cool like chemicals, and it's like, woo, volcano. Yeah, we basically had to do that project. I remember me and her, we had to like do it in a span of 3 days. And I remember for one of those days, we really needed to get it done. Because the first 2 days, I'm not gonna lie, the whole time I was on my phone watching Jacksepticeye as she was doing most of the work. But she needed help with like the actual like painting and stuff. And she told me I was a very creative kid, which is kind of nuts because I'm not that creative. But going on, she told me how like she needed my help with it, but we didn't have time to do it at school. So I remember she ended up telling me, is there any way to do it at like your house? Because like my house is like really like occupied, and my dad doesn't want me bringing guys over. So I remember I ended up messaging my mom saying, hey mom, I need to do a science project. Can I bring this girl over? My mom's like, ooh, is it a girl you like? And then I ended up sending a picture of her to my mom, and she kind of just understood what I meant. I know, kind of weird, but going on with the story, I remember she ended up coming over to my house, and when she came over to my house, me and her were working on this volcano. I was just doing the painting and stuff, and you know, we were doing all the chemicals, and we ended up doing a test run on this volcano, and it ended up working perfectly. But I don't know for some reason why, but my mom ended up bringing us some chili and garlic bread to like eat while working on the project, and God, was that the biggest mistake of her damn life, because you guys will see. Going on, I remember we ended up eating that garlic bread and chili and stuff, and when we were running the test run, we did like a couple of them to make sure it worked, and things ended up working great. But out of nowhere, my stomach started hurting, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go quickly to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, I did my relief because we all know what chili and garlic do. But out of nowhere, as I'm sitting on the toilet about to use my beautiful bidet, out of nowhere, I just literally hear slamming on the door. Bum, bum, bum. Baba, I need to really go in there right now. Baba, like I really need to enter the bathroom, please, can you come out? Me, I'm just kind of sitting there like, oh yeah, just give me a minute. I don't have a minute, I really need to go. And me in my head, I'm thinking, oh, okay, you know what, I should probably really get out of here. So me, I ended up standing up off the toilet with me not wiping. I know, disgusting. And basically I pulled out my pants and ran out the bathroom. She ended up sprinting in there, and I remember as I like saw her sprint in, I saw her like behind, and she was literally, I think there was like some brown stains on her pants, and I'm like, oh god. So I remember she ended up slamming the door on me, sitting down, and all I hear is the It was disgusting. I hate to do that to you guys, but you guys don't understand. It was so gross. Like, it was like hearing a waterfall of like marshmallows and like hot chocolate. No, that sounds really good, actually. I would eat that. Sorry, going on. I remember that happened. It was ultimately the most disgusting thing ever. So me not wanting to hear that, I ended up going to the living room, and I basically sat down and waited until she got out because I still had to wipe. And I remember my mom ended up coming up to me saying, hey, is she okay in there, Baba? She sounds very, very dying. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's probably just letting literally every everything out of her system, is what I told her. Going on, I remember basically out of nowhere though, 10 minutes went by and I walked up to the bathroom and I'm like, hey, is everything okay in there? And instantly I hear her say, oh, don't worry about me. Just like, don't worry about it. Don't come in, please. I got this. She was legit panicking, like crazy panicking. And I have no idea why. Like, it was just a bathroom and I still have to wipe. Like, hello. Anyways, I remember like I just let it go and I just let her have her time in there. And me, I just kept painting the volcano and making it brown. But as I was painting it out of nowhere, I remember my dad ends up coming home and he came home like after like of her 20 minutes in the bathroom and he went straight for the bathroom. But when he went for the bathroom, it was locked. And then as he was stepping around, he ended up splashing in like a little puddle. He got so upset at me and he's like slamming on the door of the bathroom saying, Baba, what did you do in there? Did you end up clogging the toilet? And when I heard my dad say my name, I ended up going to the front of the bathroom door where he was. And I'm like, Dad, what do you mean? I'm right here. My dad's so confused. And he's like, who's in the bathroom if you're here? And I'm like, oh, my friend's in there. He's like, oh, who's your friend? I'm like, oh, it's a girl for the science project we're doing. My dad's like, you brought a girl over to my house? He ends up slamming the door even more. And I'm like, Dad, like, what's the issue? And he's like, she's clogging my toilet. What do you mean, Dad? I end up looking on the ground. I see there's a giant puddle, but this puddle was like a brownish kind of puddle. And from there, I'm like, no way this girl actually ended up clogging my toilet. Like, she clogged my legitimate toilet, bro. So I remember I was panicking. I'm like, hey, like, are you okay in there? I think the toilet's clogged. And I remember right after that, I hear washing of hands. And then after that, she opens the door and she's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. And I just see all over the ground is just urine and feces. And it was disgusting. If I could paint a picture, I think I would get demonetized. Like, it was that bad. I remember my dad's like saying how he doesn't want to go in there because, like, you know, it's not his own kids' urine and feces. It's someone else's. And it's just disgusting. And when my dad looked at the chick, he didn't really want to go in there even more. So, like, I remember my dad ended up calling her dad. And basically, they ended up, like, coming over and they tried fixing the toilet and stuff. And her dad was totally cool with it because apparently it happens a lot in their house. Yeah, really awkward. And basically, as me and her were finishing up the volcano, I remember they were just trying to fix the bathroom. And let's just say 2 things erupted that day. I don't know, funny joke. At least that's what I thought. And yeah, the next day we ended up getting an A on the project because we really got the eruption right. Okay, I'm done. But anyways, guys, that's basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And on top of that, join the Discord server. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys join the Discord and I get to talk to you guys about crazy stories like this one. Anyways, like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.
My name is Baba. I'm still on top of the world. Never taken with your mother. Of course, let's go. Should I make it a story? Let's click record. Got that TikTok with 2 mil hit different with some more. She said she love me, she kept. Should I exit for sure? I got 100K for my life's work, so mama said bravo. All these people on my street, love y'all till the day I got. Whoa. I got 100K in my plane.